5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Lydia Campbell.
And I'm Colin Hopkins, and welcome to this extra special 20th episode of Lisburn Distillery TV.
On today's show, we will be reviewing what was a memorable day in the history of Lisburn Distillery Football Club, as victory over Bangor saw the team retain their Irish League status for another year.
We'll have match highlights from that game versus Bangor, and also some exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage which has been recorded on the day.
We will also be catching up with the latest from the Premier Intermediate League as a whole, as well as giving you an update on the Colin versus Lydia score challenge.
We'll have some important news items coming through from New Grosvenor, including information on a massive match which is to be played here next week.
Finally, we will be bringing you some post-match reactions from the players following that crucial victory over Bangor at the weekend.
Well, Lydia, for once it smiles all around this week.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. You're driving here to recording another show whenever is so much excitement and happiness around the place.
Yeah, it's amazing the way it's changed. I mean, I was just thinking earlier on the last episode we did, episode 19, we were sitting second bottom of the table. With the following game we lost 3-2 to Dundela, which took us within 1 point of going bottom of the league. And here we are just a week later, 2 wins later, safe, no chance of getting relegated, can't get relegated now, and all of a sudden the mood has completely changed.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable, and you know, seeing the supporters and the team together over the past wee while, you know, we've dug in when we've needed to, and I mean the performance, you know, we'll look at it in a little minute, but the performance was super. You know, every player working so hard, every supporter shouting loud, and it's just you know, that's what you need when a club is in real dire straits like we were. We need everyone pulling together, and we did that. Just
on behalf of the club, I really would like to say a massive thank you to all the supporters and indeed all the helpers over the last few weeks who have really worked so hard behind the scenes. Well done to the players, but certainly, as I say, the supporters have played their big part in ensuring this club's safety. So thanks very much, guys, from everybody at Lisburn Distillery.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we can look back at the highlights from Saturday's game against Bangor, alongside some exclusive footage from behind the scenes just throughout the day. Fortunately, as of yet, we can't bring you the highlights from the Newington game, but they will feature on next week's show.
Something of a Chucking my own at you, right? But we owe this block. and we own that over there, right, the appreciation. Today's game, I can't thank you enough. Overly proud, right, every single one of us. We've still got 2 games to go. We'll have an early chat when we'll go out. Enjoy it. You deserve it.
So Lydia, have you recovered from Saturdays yet?
I'm not sure. I think the nerves are still all over the place a wee bit. It was an unbelievable day.
Yeah.
Actually seeing firsthand, being part of a club in a real relegation dogfight and survive at the end of it.
Yeah.
It was incredible, and I think each player on that pitch, the subs who came on, they absolutely played their socks off, and it was incredible to see.
Yeah, there was some, from 1 to 11 and beyond, I think everybody put in a fantastic performance, to be honest. A few things jumping out at me. Jack McRae's save early on, which kept us in the match.
Yes.
That would have went in, it could have been a different story altogether. The whole defence was rock solid.
Oh, yeah.
We conceded a goal from a, let's say, fortuitous penalty, but outside of that, they were absolutely superb. And another young man, Johnny McCaw, stepping up to take that penalty with all that pressure on his shoulders, and to put the ball in the back of the net with the whole weight of the club on his shoulders, and put it away. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you're right. I was nervous for him, and I was standing on the sideline, so I can't imagine what he must have been feeling at that stage. And you're right. You can see in the highlights, he sort of turns around and he asks Mac, he said, "Who do you want to take this?" You're taking it, and you're maybe thinking, flip me. I think if that was me in that situation, my legs would have fallen off. But it's amazing to see, and there was one thing I really noticed, made a wee note of in my head, was Darren Dock at the very end of the game. So we're winning 3-1. The opposition are down to 10 men. Points are essentially safe, unless something incredible happens. They came in the attack and had a shot from just outside the box, and he threw his body in the line. It wasn't even like he was anywhere near the ball. He wasn't, but he threw his body on the line to block that, and that just epitomised everything about that performance. It was, you don't walk off that pitch with leaving something on it. You come off with having given everything. That's what happened.
I think the other important point of note was that a lot of people may not be aware of this, is that Paul Young scored twice on Saturday to take his tally up to 10, which means we've now got 4 players who have scored double figures this season, and that's the first time that's happened since 1983, 24 years ago. So
unbelievable.
A remarkable feat.
It's unbelievable. That is really good.
So really, really well done to the guys. We're absolutely delighted with your performance on Saturday. I know the mood in the camp is completely flat at the moment, and we're all looking forward to next season even already, so we look forward to seeing how that goes. Well done to the Lisburn Distillery Under-20s development team, who on Saturday defeated Loughgall Under-20s 2-1 to ensure that they finished in second place in the NIFL Development League for this season. So massive well done to Derek Dinwoody, his coaching staff and all the boys in the Under-20s on a fantastic first season for Lisburn Distillery.
Lisburn Distillery are currently forming a team of over 40s who will be taking part in the IFA's Back to the Game programme. For more information on this, contact Jed Irwin, whose contact details are on the screen in front of you.
Next week sees an important game been taking place here at New Grosvenor. It's on Thursday the 4th of May, when the supporters will take on the players in the annual end of season challenge match. If you're interested in playing in that, drop us a line at the address on the screen now, and it's a £10 admission fee if you want to take part in the game.
Saturday the 6th of May sees the club host their end of season award dinner. The tickets are £25, but there is only a limited amount available. If you would like more information on that, the contact details are on the screen in front of you. Next up in tonight's show, we'll be looking back at last weekend's round of fixtures in the Premier Intermediate League, as well as looking ahead to the final round this weekend.
First up then, we look back at the results from last Saturday. In terms of the top of the table, both the top two sides, Newry and Limavady, both won their respective games, which means the race for the championship title is still very much on. This, however, could be decided as early as tomorrow night when the sides meet each other on the Tuesday night. However, if it's not decided then, it will go to the final league of the season, which is this Saturday.
If we look at the league table as well, we can see that it's just as tight at the bottom of the table, with two teams still in possibility of going down. This could be settled as early as tomorrow night, that's Tuesday, but again, might not be finalised until the last day of the season.
So Lydia, overall, how has that affected our challenge this week? Not very good for me from what the reading is.
Well, I've gotten very good at this. Maybe not very good, but I've gotten alright at this.
And I've just progressively got worse as the season's gone on.
Well, I think what helped me, I got 3 correct scores over a weekend on a Tuesday night set of fixtures.
One week where I get quite a few fixtures sort of forecast right, she picks off right scores like nobody's business. So the scores on the doors going into the last 2 rounds of matches, it's Lydia 44, Colin 32, and unfortunately the Fulham shirt is beckoning from my viewpoint. Anyhow, let's have a look at the final batch of games and let's try and get those on.
Because I don't want to get too
hopefully
excited,
America can still happen.
I don't really. I mean, I can't wear a Chelsea shirt. I really can't do it. But
they are in the FA Cup final.
Who cares about that?
You weren't saying that a few months ago.
No one cares.
Right, okay, let's have a look at these fixtures then. So, let's see how we call them. So, we'll call it tomorrow night Tuesday night. So, I know the show doesn't go live till Thursday, but we'll obviously factor that in whenever we're working out the final scores. So, tomorrow night's game, we've got Dundela at home to Bangor.
Oh my word.
Big games.
What a game. And I don't want to annoy anyone by backing against them as well. But unfortunately, for Bangor's perspective, I just can't see them getting anything out of that. And I think Dundela are going to win 3-1.
I was actually going to call 3-1, so if it is 3-1, I will go mad. I'll say Dundela to win. I think they'll win 4-1.
Okay, right.
Okay.
That's a big one.
Next one then, we've got Sport & Leisure Swifts against Queens. The other side's down towards the bottom. I think Sport & Leisure at home, albeit without a goalkeeper. Some note in that he was sent off on Saturday. So they'll have to have a backup keeper comes in. But I think Queens are going to find it very hard to go down there and get a result. I can see a close game, but I can see Sport & Leisure maybe just winning them narrowly, 1-0.
Okay. I was actually going to go for a draw. I can see Queens still wanting to go hard to the end of the season, so I'm going to say 1-1.
Okay. Tobermoor versus Moyola Park, a bit of a mid-table clash with not much to play for. You want to call that one? Local derby.
Yeah, it is a local derby, which adds a wee bit of spice to it. I think Moyola are the better team. I'm going to say 2-1 Moyola.
And I would say 2-0 Moyola.
Okay.
Next up we have Donegal Celtic against Banbridge. Once again a bit of a mid-table clash in that Donegal Celtic are not going to go ahead and win the league this year, but I think they'll maybe have enough in the tank to beat Banbridge at home, and I'm going to go Donegal Celtic 2, Banbridge 0.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a Donegal Celtic victory as well. I'm going to go 3-1.
And the big match of the night tomorrow night, Newry versus Limavady. Will the league be over?
No.
Ooh.
2-1 Newry. Mark McCabe's scoring goals like snow tomorrow.
True. I'm going to say 3-1 to Newry. Okay. And then moving on to Saturday, our final round of games to conclude the season, Banbridge versus Tobermoor. Once again, a mid-table clash. Banbridge probably to finish with a win, but a tight game. Banbridge to win 1-0.
I've called a lot of 2-0s recently.
Okay.
I'm going to call 2-0.
Ooh, 2-0.
Yeah.
You're probably right on the way you've got them so far. We'll come back to this one next to Bangor Sport & Leisure in a moment. Dundela versus Newington.
Yeah, I think end of season game between the two of them. Both want to finish the game on a win, but I think Dundela are going to have too much for Newington. I'm going to call 2-0 Dundela.
I think Dundela will win 3-2 on the day. Okay. Limavady versus Donegal Celtic. Very much depends maybe how tomorrow night goes, where the pressures are, but I think Limavady at home will be a hard nut to crack. I don't think they'll have it all their own way. I can see them winning 2-0.
I'm going to go 3-1 Limavady.
Okay. Moyola versus Newry.
I still think Newry are going to... Newry are a very strong side. I think Newry 2, Moyola 1.
And I'll say Newry will win 3-1 on the day.
So we've both basically called Newry to win the league then, do you realise that?
Have we?
Yeah.
Kiss of death, maybe. The last one then is Bangor versus Sport and Leisure Swifts.
Okay.
Hate being a doom and gloom merchant, but I think Sport and Leisure might just have it in their locker to get a result at Bangor. And I'm going to say Bangor 0, Sport and Leisure Swifts 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen both teams play recently. I think Sport and Leisure maybe. I'm actually going to say the opposite to you, but I'm just not sure about Bangor's chances, unfortunately, and I hate to say that.
No.
But I'm gonna back them. I'm gonna say Bangor 1, Sport and Leisure Swifts 0.
Okay, so that's the final set of forecasts for this season. This time next week, one of us will be wearing a football shirt, which they don't really want to wear, but it's not looking good for me at the moment. But we'll see how it finishes next Monday night.
Next up on Lisburn Distillery TV, we thought it was only right to hear from the players themselves and their reaction from Saturday's victory and their overall relief about staying up.
With this in mind, Lydia caught up with them after the game as they chilled out, and here's exactly what they had to say.
Jack, some super saves today. I'd imagine it was probably one of the most nerve-wracking games you've ever played in.
But yeah, it definitely was. After Tuesday night, if I didn't get a result today, I would have really stood for nothing. So we went 2-0 up. We said at half time that we remembered the first game of the season we were 2-0 up against Bangor, and they scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, so we were well aware of that. And then when they got the penalty, which was never a penalty, it was a bit nervy when they scored, but thank God we all stood up and were counted for, and then managed to get the penalty. Thought Johnny dispatched it very nicely, so it's just brilliant feeling.
What were your thoughts on today? It was a topsy-turvy one a wee bit. They put a wee bit of pressure on us when they scored a goal in the second half. What are your thoughts overall?
I thought the lads were excellent in the first half, and come out a bit there in the second half and a bit shaky, but I thought the lads come on well and done very well and got the result we needed.
Yeah, it's been a pretty stressful season, I think, for everyone, but over the line finally with a couple of games spare, it must be an absolute pleasure to walk off that pitch today.
Yeah, it was brilliant to see the fans. The fans were excellent, and to get the result there and show the fans that we could do it and just stay up. And
what are your thoughts on the game today?
I thought we played well. I thought we dominated the whole game at all. We weren't really under any pressure. They got a penalty. It wasn't a penalty. He dived, and then we controlled the game. As a back four, as a midfield, and just the whole team, we weren't under any pressure at all. We didn't feel. So I thought we played well. After Tuesday night, everybody's on a high. So it's good to keep that going. Hopefully we'll finish the season the same way.
Do you think it was a penalty?
No, our penalty. Oh yeah, it was definitely a penalty. Good save. There's definitely not a penalty. Your man dived, and he was laughing about it after. He said it was a good dive. So you get them in the game.
What can you do? But thankfully it didn't impact the result. The boys dug in, and I think from my perspective that always has to come from the back. So it's a good thing to be part of.
Yeah. It's just knowing when obviously they could have come back into it, but we were composed enough, and we took the game to them, and obviously we got our third goal. They got a man sent off, and from there on there was never any real danger of them scoring again.
So that brings us to the end of yet another episode of Lisburn Distillery TV.
Just before we go, we would just like to state the club's massive appreciation to everyone who's been involved over the past couple of weeks. It's been a difficult time, but we've gotten the club over the line by all rallying together. So your support has been absolutely amazing.
Yes, thanks very much to each and every person who's got behind the club over those last few weeks. We really do appreciate your support. Thanks once again for watching this episode of Lisburn Distillery TV. I've been Colin Hopkins.
I've been Lydia Campbell.
We are staying up. Come on, you whites.